Hi, first graders, and welcome to Fundations for today. I hope you're all having a nice day so far, and that you did well with our new information from yesterday about learning those three new vowel teams that all make the long E sound. We're going to quickly review those today, and then most of our time today, we're actually going to look at a story. We don't always get to do story time in the classroom, so I thought this would be a nice chance for it. We'll read it together and then you'll go off and do a little bit of work with it on your own. So let me go ahead and show you what we are up to today. So we are going to do a quick warm up, just a couple letters, but mostly we're actually going to do a trick word practice. We haven't done that all together in a while. And then, like I said, moving right on to story time because we are at home and we don't have our notebooks. We're actually not going to do dictation today. No surprise there for you guys, I'm sure. So let's warm up. I get all the power of picking letters. Today, let's warm up with WH, whistle, W. Okay, repeat right after me. V, van, V. O, octopus, aw. L, lamp, L. ANK, bank, ank. All right, I'm gonna jump right along. So we've been talking about R-controlled vowels. We spent some time on that before we all came home. And then, like I said, since we've been working from home, we've actually learned two new things, and they're called vowel teams. And we talked about how a vowel team is sort of like a digraph in that it is two letters that come together and they make one sound, right? So I know, like when I just said whistle, W, it's WH, but the sound is W. I don't hear W, huh, I just hear W. The same is true with the vowel team. So let's review the ones we know. We know AI, bait, A. We know AY, play, A. Remember I said that this is what's called the long A sound. So we often either see it written like this to say that the sound it makes is the letter A, or sometimes we also see the A written like this, with this line across the top to indicate that it's its longer sound. It's not the short sound. Now then, yesterday, we learned three new vowel teams that all make a long E sound. So each of these makes, oops, it's kind of a weird line there, this long E sound. So E is going to say its name. So we have EE, Jeep, E. EA, eat, E. EY, key, E. Okay, and you can sort of hear the words themselves make that E sound sound a little bit different in each case, but it's that long E sound we're hearing in all three of those vowel teams. And again, a vowel team is two vowels next to each other that are making one sound. Let's go through a couple trick words. We won't go through all of them, but we'll warm up. So just say them as you see them. You probably already jumped in. Her, over, would, come, some, two. Now remind me, which two is this? Is this the number two or is this also? Think for a minute. I'm betting most of you know. This is also. Like, would you like to come over to? It can mean also. It can also mean very. Like if I had something, if I have a really delicious ice cream, or maybe it's Will today and he's having a really nice bite of birthday cake, he could be like, this is too sweet. Like it is very sweet. So this version of two means either very or also. It is not the number two. That one is TWO. All right. By, what, who, are, there, here, when, where, were, from, was, one, they, I, you, your, we, as, to, he, she, me, be, into. All right, we'll stop there, okay? If you are ever looking for something to do for 5 minutes, parents at home say to you, hey, just hold on 1 minute before we go do dinner, before we go get in the car, before we go outside to play, and you're looking for something to do, I would recommend keeping your yellow trick words that you should have all cut out by now and they're in a baggie somewhere at your house. I would recommend keeping those somewhere handy. So if you have 5 minutes to just sort of like wait, go through your trick words. It's a perfect way to spend 5 minutes. It will make the time go like that, and it will make you that much better at reading and writing those words. So let's see what we find here in our story today. This is our story called Fred the Frog. One thing you'll notice, I posted a picture of this story on both Seesaw and on our newsletter in S'more, and it looks a little bit different. This is just a version that I had on the computer, and that's why it looks a little bit different, but the story is still the same. So here's the story of Fred the Frog. I'm going to read it to you. You can feel free to follow along with me. I'll use my mouse to sort of show where I'm at. And then once I read it to you, you're then going to go pull up your copy of it, either on Seesaw or in the S'more in the newsletter. And what I'd like you to do is write down what you know about who are the characters in this story. You know that the characters are the people or the animals or the like the person, the subject that the story is about. We have the setting. I want you to write down what you know about the setting. Where is it taking place? When is this taking place? How long is this story taking place? And then the main events. What are the big things that happen in this story? Okay, so that's your job for after, but we'll read it together first. Okay. Fred the Frog. Fred the Frog likes to hop and jump. He hops over the twig and he jumps on the grass. He's quick. He jumps over the mud and between the two dogs. He jumps on the steps. Then I did not see him. Where did Fred go? Did Fred hop up on that bench? Yes, he did. Then he went to my hut. Did Fred hop up on my bed? Yes, he did. Yuck. Get off, Fred. Okay, so you might have followed along with me, but if not, you'll get a chance to read it on your own. The last thing I want to do just to help us out, I'm going to quickly just show you a few spots of scooping this story. Okay, so watch where I scoop this, and it might be messy because I'm using my mouse. Okay, Fred the Frog likes to hop and jump. He hops over the twig and he jumps on the grass. He's quick. He jumps over the mud and between the two dogs. That one's tricky because my scoop goes all the way from he jumps over the mud and between the two dogs. I'm not pausing until after mud. So try to practice that today as you read it to yourself. Get your voice to go all the way through that sentence. And even though the line ends, come down to the next line before you take that little pause after mud. He jumps on the steps. Then I did not see him. Where did Fred go? Make sure your voice goes up with that question. That's good practice for your fluency. Did Fred hop up on that bench? Yes, he did. Then he went into my hut. Did Fred hop up on my bed? Yes, he did. Yuck. Get off, Fred. Now notice that last line is 2 scoops because I'm emphasizing yuck. And then get off, Fred. It's 2 exclamation points. So I want to make sure I'm pausing to sort of represent that both of those are important sentences. Okay, so you're now going to go read this on your own. You know the 2 places you can find it, S'more and Seesaw. And then on your own, you're going to write down, you don't need to make a chart like this if you don't want to. You can just write characters in a list, setting in a list, main events and a list of what it is you learned in this story. Who are the characters? Where's the story taking place? It might not tell you exactly. And what main events do you see taking place in this story? Okay. All right, first graders, as always, I love getting time with you. Even if it is like this, I'll take it. So good luck with your Fundations work today, and I will see you all later. Bye.